Why do our joints crack? Is it harmful, and does it cause arthritis? Is a question that we get asked quite a lot in clinic. So I thought I'd do a short explanation to why our joints crack. Now, the main reason our joints crack is what we call cavitation. So that's what we'll focus on in this short video. There are other causes of noises in the body that can be from things like arthritis, soft tissues moving over one another, such as snapping hip syndrome, and after big traumas, so knees cracking after there's been a meniscal tear. But what we're going to focus on is the classic cracking of the joints, which people do with their fingers. So what causes this cracking? The main theory or main hypothesis is what we call cavitation. So the joints that we often crack, mainly our fingers, our necks and our ankles that you see people do all the time, are synovial joints. So synovial joints have a membrane that surrounds the joint, which secretes synovial fluid, which is like a kind of gooey gel-like fluid that helps our joints move smoothly. So it acts as a lubricant. In this lubricant is gases that are dissolved in it, so things like carbon dioxide and oxygen. Our synovial joints are kept at a relatively constant pressure, so the gases stay stable in that fluid. Now, when we stretch our joints further than what we would normally, so such as when people crack their fingers in the opposite way, or neck in each direction, we stretch that synovial capsule. Now that changes the pressure in the capsule itself and in the joint itself to a lower pressure. So all that gas that's floating around in that fluid will now get pulled out of that fluid. So kind of think about when you open a bottle of fizzy drink, that's kept in a constant pressure. You undo the lid, the pressure changes, and the gas comes out. Now that's essentially what happens in our joints when we stretch them and crack them. That change in pressure almost causes a vacuum and sucks the gas out of the fluid that's in there and actually creates a bubble. So the noise that we hear is actually the creation of a bubble of gas, not a popping of a bubble of gas. So that is the main reason why we crack our joints. Now, is it harmful? The answer is no. And does it cause arthritis? The answer is also no from the evidence that we currently have to date. The sort of most famous story about cracking our fingers is a doctor who cracked his fingers on one hand for 50 years and didn't on the other hand for 50 years to see the effects of it. And after 50 years, there was no difference in arthritis, or both hands were arthritis free. So the answer to is it harmful is no. And does it cause arthritis? No. So after we've clicked our fingers or clicked our neck or whatever we've clicked, it will take between 20 and 30 minutes for you to be able to click again, because it takes time for that gas to dissolve back into the synovial fluid before it can be cracked again.